21 minutes before his Olympic race, they disqualified him. Vladyslav Heraskevych, Ukrainian skeleton racer and flag bearer for his country, a medal contender based on his training runs. 4 years of training gone in an instant. His crime was a helmet honoring dead children and athletes killed in the war with Russia. Not a weapon, not a banned substance, not performance-enhancing gear. Just a helmet with faces on it. And here's what makes this absolutely criminal. The helmet is called the Helmet of Memory. 24 faces painted carefully across it. Ukrainian athletes who died in the war. Children who died in the war. Coaches who died in the war. Not political symbols or propaganda slogans or flags. Just faces and names and memory. Alina Perehudova, a 23-year-old weightlifter, killed. Pavlo Ishenko, a boxer, killed. Mikita Kozubenko, a diver and coach, killed. And these were not even all of them. 24 people who cannot compete anymore. 24 reasons Vladyslav Heraskevych is alive and standing at the Olympics. Thursday morning, February 12th, 2026. At the Cortina Sliding Center in Italy, the men's skeleton competition is about to begin. Heraskevych arrives at the venue early, ready to race. He sets up his sled, checks his equipment, and goes through his routine. He's the first Ukrainian ever to compete in Olympic skeleton, a historic moment for his country. His training runs were strong, fast, and technically clean. He could medal today. Coaches are saying it, commentators are saying it, and everyone watching knows this kid has a real shot. Then Kirsty Coventry walks in. She is president of the International Olympic Committee and a former Olympic swimming champion from Zimbabwe, a 5-time Olympic medalist herself. She is crying, tears streaming down her face. She pulls him aside and sits down with him, face to face. It is the final meeting, the final ultimatum, the same message he has heard for days. Remove the helmet or you will be disqualified. Cover the faces, hide the names, forget them for just 2 days. That is all they are asking. Then you can remember again. He looks at her, then at the 24 faces painted on his helmet. He thinks about Alina, Pavlo, Oleksiy, Daria, all of them, everyone who died so he could be here. He takes a breath and says, no, for me to back down is betraying them. 21 minutes before his race starts, the International Olympic Committee withdraws his Olympic accreditation. He is disqualified. He is already at the competition venue with his sled positioned and his number assigned. His race bib is on and officials pull him from the competition. The starting gate opens. Athletes begin lining up for their runs, going down the track one by one at 90 kilometers per hour, face first on the sled down solid ice. But there is an empty slot in the rotation. Vladyslav Heraskevych's number. His sled sits unused at the side of the track while the race continues without him. His father Mikhailo sits in the stands, watching the empty space where his son should be, tears in his eyes. 4 years of preparation, thousands of hours of training, countless sacrifices, a lifetime of dreams. Over in 21 minutes because of 24 faces he refused to hide. So how did a helmet honoring dead children become an Olympic crime? Let's talk about who Vladyslav Heraskevych is. Born January 12, 1999, he is 27 years old. He trained in skeleton since he was 15, coached by his father Mikhailo. He started in boxing, then switched to skeleton, and became the first Ukrainian ever to compete in Olympic skeleton. Not just at these games, but in the sport's Olympic history. When he carried Ukraine's flag at the opening ceremony, it meant everything, and now he is banned from competing. This is Rule 50 of the Olympic Charter, the Athlete Expression Guidelines. It prohibits political, religious, or racial propaganda on the field of play. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, says his helmet violates this because it makes a political statement about war. But Heraskevych says otherwise. He says remembrance is not political. These people sacrificed their lives so I could be here. A medal is worthless compared to a human life. The IOC offered compromises, a black armband instead, a black ribbon, remove the helmet for the race and wear it everywhere else, training, media events, the village, just not during competition. 2 runs down the track, that is all. He refused everything. He said, I will not betray them. Here is the timeline. Sunday, February 9th, Heraskevych wore the helmet of memory during training. The IOC noticed, but did not stop him. Monday, February 10th, the IOC sent an official letter saying the helmet violated Olympic rules. They offered alternatives. That night, Heraskevych held a press conference. He said that he would wear it on race day and that he would not betray them. Tuesday, February 11th, multiple meetings took place with IOC officials, the Ukrainian delegation, and his coach. An equipment check followed, and he confirmed in writing that he would wear it. That evening, there was a meeting in the Olympic Village, and the IOC tried again. He stood firm. Wednesday night brought final warnings and one more letter. The message was clear. If he showed up with the helmet, he would not race. That was the last formal warning. Thursday morning, race day, IOC. President Kirsty Coventry met him at the venue, tears streaming down her face. She said that no one, especially her, was disagreeing with the messaging. It is powerful, but we have to follow the rules. He listened, he understood, and he chose the 24 faces over the medal. But here is the hypocrisy. Other athletes regularly display personal photos on their equipment. Family tributes and memorial ribbons are common. The IOC allows those. Heraskevych says that Russian symbols appeared in the stands with no consequences, but Ukrainian faces were treated differently. That, he says, was the line. And here's how the world reacted. The image went viral within minutes. An empty space where courage should have stood. His father Mikhailo watched from the stands, tears streaming. 4 years of work ended because of a rule book. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the decision, saying that sport should not mean amnesia. He said the Olympic movement should help stop wars, not play into the hands of aggressors. He said no rule had been broken, and that we are proud of Vladyslav. Hours later, Zelensky awarded him the Order of Freedom, Ukraine's highest civilian honor. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha called it a moment of shame. British Olympic skeleton champion Lizzie Yarnold spoke out against the ban. Fans who traveled from Ukraine to watch were devastated. Natalia Kaichik came specifically to see him race and said it was a very, very bad decision. Social media exploded with support. Petitions demanded that the IOC reverse course. Kirsty Coventry faced the media afterward, tears still on her face. She said no one, especially her, disagreed with the messaging. It was a powerful message of remembrance. She said they had allowed Vladyslav to use his helmet in training. The challenge was finding a solution for the field of play. She enforced the rule while crying. She knew the message was right. She did it anyway. That is the tragedy. Heraskevych filed an appeal with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, arguing the disqualification was disproportionate with no technical or safety violation, but the race was already over. Getting to compete would be a miracle now. He spoke to the media afterwards. He said some things are more important than sports. He said he believes they deserve this moment. He said he does not get his moment at this Olympics, despite good training runs. He said he believed they could be among the medalists, but they would not race. He gave up Olympic glory for dignity, for memory, for 24 faces that cannot speak anymore. So here's the question. Rule 50 says no political statements on the field of play. But is remembering the dead political? Is honoring children killed in war propaganda? Or is demanding we forget them the real crime? Vladyslav Heraskevych chose memory over medals. The IOC chose bureaucracy over humanity. And the world watched an empty starting gate where a hero should have been. Do you think the IOC was right to disqualify him? Or should remembering the dead be allowed at the Olympics? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Olympic news.